People-centeredness within the humanitarian sector aims at placing people affected by crisis at the center of humanitarian action. Despite long-standing commitments, at working level there still seems to be no clarity on how this can be achieved. Reflection, an independent network aiming for change in the humanitarian sector, went on a journey looking for practical answers to the questions of what people-centered humanitarian response can look like in practice and how it already manifests itself in concrete, practical ways of working. People-centeredness is often linked to the localization agenda. The documents most prominently cited today for this agenda are the Charter for Change and the Grand Bargain, which focus mainly on giving more autonomy to local and international humanitarian organizations. The Grand Bargain goes especially in its sixth commitment beyond partnerships between international and local organizations, calling for more decision-making power for crisis-affected people. However, the remaining 9 commitments focus heavily on local and international organizations instead of the affected population itself. What's the point we want to make here? The localization agenda is certainly a great achievement, yet the link to the affected population gains way too little attention, and in our opinion, this should be the central point. This gap is also clearly identified by the Humanitarian Accountability Report, which calls the humanitarian system to not only let local organizations at the table, but also crisis-affected people themselves. There are tons of documents that since decades call the humanitarian community to strive to achieve full community participation in their relief and rehabilitation programs, as it is stated, for example, in the Red Cross Code of Conduct from 1994. So, despite all these commitments, the standard operating procedure remains internationally led action without systematic assessment of local actors' capacities. Therefore, different organizations call for transformative participation in humanitarian action, with community leading and humanitarian actors fulfilling a complementary role. We agree with this vision and long to achieve humanitarian work which doesn't only listen to voices but also leaves choices to people affected by crisis themselves. We found some innovative practical approaches for people-centeredness and humanitarian action. We want to encourage you to look into these, and in the following videos we will show you some of their core aspects. So stay tuned.